Okay. Well, tried to update stream elements and that shit the bed, so that's fun. I don't think it matters. Presumably. So, we discussed on a previous one of these maybe having some background music. I maybe have a thing. We'll have to see if it's a viable option to run it. You know what? Actually, I have a plan. We're gonna do this differently. Let me. It's already very angry at me, which is a great sign. I've been having browser issues. Some sort of incompatibility, loosely phrased. Some sort of probably deliberate throttling of my browser by Windows in an effort to get me to use their dog shit. More likely. Come on, man. Fuck me. I'm resistant to changing to a browser that will function because I'm used to when I'm. Oh, Jesus! Shut the fuck up! Holy fuck. Okay. Auto-playing is the devil. Okay, so let's shut down Opera. This way I don't have to disrupt. Oh my god, please. Why can't fucking software just work these days? Why has everything been enshittened? Just everything is just actively worse. Competing with each other. Or anti-competing, if anything, by like deliberate engineering of incompatibilities. Anyway. Alright. Killed that. Maybe that'll work better. So, a random royalty-free playlist from a website from, like, 3 years ago. So who knows if this is going to work at all. Also don't know what level it'll come through in the stream. So, we'll call this an experiment. Also, I've not listened to any of this, so I have no idea if any of this is going to be anything but shit. Alright, so... Let's see, maybe we do a little bit lower. Okay. I have a plan for today, which is I want to make do something different in the game. Which is that I want to do the moveset systems. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to import some new sprites I've prepared before the stream here. Really basic shit. So we're going to do a... I guess we just do... Yeah, let's just have the sprites be generic. Importing an image for the green button. This is coming out of here. Alright, so we got a green button with some basic shading around it. It's the same button we have for the action bar, the red button, just a different green version of that. I don't want to reuse the HP bar button because I don't know what that one looks like exactly. Well, I mean, I know what it looks like, but I mean, I don't know if it's got the little beveling around the edges. Plus, keeping it as a separate sprite is fine. Okay, sprite. We got 3 sprites. So, second one here, we'll just call this the yellow button. And this will be, we'll call this the attack plate, which is the most elaborate of the 3 image, like in terms of image quality. In that, oh my god, there'll be ads because this is on this. This is unacceptable, actually. I didn't think about that. Yeah, if I played this fucking playlist on Chrome, then I don't have ad block. Shit. Okay. That is unacceptable. I absolutely will not advertise people's crap for them. Not even once. Okay. So maybe we can run this on Opera, and if we just minimize the browser and never look at it, maybe Windows won't shit the fucking bed. Alright, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I made this little thing. I noticed now, I think the screws... Maybe it's the shadow that makes it look weird. They look kind of offset. Well, they are, aren't they? It's fine, it's a placeholder. There's no depth to any of that, just this drop shadow dropped underneath another image layer. Proof of concept, right? That works. Alright. Now, I need a new room. This is moveset builder. So let's look at the game as it runs here real quick. I believe the build was stable at the end of last stream. We wrote in those new attack functions and stuff. We did, clean up the other code, and all that was fun, like finished. We just needed to add new functionality that's not there, which we can do at another date. Okay, so we got this. Yeah, so maybe I just put a little button down here at the bottom next to go to ranch. That's the moveset builder. I don't know. Maybe above it? Let's put it above it. Yeah. So this this is the object to ranch. Let's just duplicate this. And then make this to builder. Depth should be the same. Room go to moveset builder. Afraid to... Okay, no, it's working. I was gonna say I'm afraid to look at the browser and check if that is functional. Okay, so that's that. Dino data. Take the to builder button, we just slap it down like right above that. Should be fine. Alright, and then we got our moveset builder. This needs a to ranch button. Yeah, we could let's just put a to ranch button in here. There could be a button for a button to go back to the Dino data screen, but I don't have a function made for that currently because that is coming out of the buttons that are produced on the ranch screen dynamically rather than being hard-coded objects, so it's not really important. Okay, so we need a invisible object function, or object to handle our setups. I shouldn't call it a function because that's not what it is. We'll just do builder layout, I guess. On creation, code. Dump this guy here. Wait. Does this to ranch button have text? No. So the text was handled by the Dino data screen, right? Which was this object here, which is presumably Dino data object, obviously. Duh. The one that doesn't have the O in front, and now I'm too stubborn to change it. And this is drawing all this text here, drawing the text, go to ranch. And this will be moveset builder. This should be Y position of maybe, I don't know, man. Let's just eyeball it. That's fine. Okay, it needs to be much higher. Let's put it at, I don't know, 615. I'm going to take the go to ranch. We're going to copy that over. Here we set the color white, so we'll probably want to do that again. Maybe not. No, probably do want to do that. Draw, code, put that there. Create set color white. Okay, I think I need to change the name on this, or it's just gonna always bother me. So. Oops. There we go. I don't think that has any impact on anything. Because it's called automatically in the room, so it's not going to forget where it is. The object, you know, it's still a thing. Okay. Tempted to check the stream on YouTube, but I just don't want to fuck with the browser. Okay. So. Think about how to approach this. I guess we could check the placement of that text first. I know exactly what I want to do. I'm thinking about the implementation of what I want to do. Okay, too high. Okay, that all works. We'll leave it there. Okay, so what we want to do here, let's make another object. Will be the attack plate object with the sprite. That is the attack plate. We need a creation event. We need a right click and a left click. Wait, am I doing mouse downs or am I doing... Because there were some weird little hiccups. Right down, left pressed. Well, that's... Why are those different? Released. Oh god, they're all inconsistent. I don't know why those would be different. That's pretty bad. These are both released. Let's do released. I could change the other ones, but it's not really worth it. Attack plate. Mouse, release. Left. Mouse. Released right. Okay. I do need to search some things actually today, so I do have to use my browser. Here's some basic code that I want. Let's just test it. I'm not going to parse this code as much as I am just... We're just going to use it. We're going to see if it works the way we want it to, I suppose. This probably has to be a draw? Maybe? Because it affects how the object is drawn. Okay, this is a basic thing. This is fetching dx and dy. Why do you need the previous? Oh, because you're moving it. They spelled mouse wrong. Very funny. You're moving it. No, they didn't. Why does that look so wrong to me? Why did I think that was spelt wrong? Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with me? I don't know why that it looked wrong in the way the text was presented. That's like a strange moment. Anyway. Yeah, because mouse X and regular X of the object are different. So if you want to link these together, you need to fetch the new XY, have the offset from that, and use that to update the X. Theoretically... Well, yeah, but why can't you just do X equals mouse X and Y equals mouse Y? Why would that not work? I mean, we could just test that. Yeah, and then these should be released very explicitly because we're holding down the mouse now as a movement function. And then when released, these would check to make sure the positioning is correct. So we would want to like duplicate this code for left and right if we are not... Constant dot mouse button. Okay, yeah. So this is just an internal constant registering whether or not the mouse is engaged. Okay. Now, if you hold both buttons down, this probably moves super fast, which is bad. Right. Yes. So this should be one statement with an or check rather than it be two statements. This should work, right? Actually might want to do this because of those extra parentheses there. If this or this, do this. Then yeah, then it doesn't care if it's both. That's a much cleaner function. Okay, then let's just put one in here as a test tile, essentially. And let's see if this works. And then we can add functionality to it later. Oh, I didn't make my actual like UI element, but I think we can do that with the other objects I've imported already. Okay, that's got to go down a little bit still. Okay, that just crashes. Oh yeah, the mouse X stuff needs to be cleaned up. Fair. Because the variable's not defined ahead of time. It gets defined in the loop and is used by the loop. It's not made to be used as copy-paste. Alright, we're gonna fix this. 6... I'm gonna guess 650. Okay, so we do, yeah, these just gotta be defined as like XY on maybe creation. When the button is created, yeah, that makes sense, I think. And we might as well put in here original X equals X, original Y equals Y, so that if we release the button in a incorrect spot, we can snap it back to where it originally started. Okay, moveset builder placement looks good. The button doesn't exist. Now, why would that be? Is it? Oh, I think it's probably missing like a draw self that it needs to have here. Maybe. Is that it? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, it's not perfectly smooth, but that's okay. For a first pass type thing, this doesn't need to be perfectly smooth. It stays where we put it. Perfect. Dude, that's sick as fuck. It just works. Whee! Okay, cool. Cool. And it resets when we exit. That's probably fine. Yeah, because that's not gonna exist. It's gonna be created dynamically when we enter the room anyway, which means it just we update the internal variables as the moveset is generated, and then we don't need to worry about that anymore. It takes care of itself. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's do this piecemeal. Step 1 is to generate a set of plates, right? So let's kill this one. Wait, why did this start down here? Oh, because that's where the mouse cursor was? Wait. Oh, I think so, because I think it starts by recognizing the mouse click from when I enter the room, right? Maybe? It shouldn't if it's released, but it's not released, right? That might be it. So the move set. Okay, this is not crucial. We're gonna kill this anyway. And then we're gonna go to the builder button. To builder. We're gonna do change event. Mouse right released. Change event. Mouse left released. Maybe that fixes it. Maybe it doesn't. It doesn't really matter because it should be consistent with the other functionality no matter what. Let's check if the stream is working on YouTube. Just because. No, yeah, we're live. Good. Okay. So we want to fetch a list of attacks. For the sake of the demo, for making sure this works, it'd be prudent to have more attacks. So let's do... Oh shit, where did I move that? It's under genetic info now, right? Down at the bottom of all this code is where... Oops. Where this is actually generated, I believe. Okay, yeah, so we are starting with... no, this is the attack list, not attacks. This is the old... This is the active list. In combination with the attack buttons. Actually, yeah, we should, I'm gonna print screen this for reference, because we need to know which numbers those are, those attacks. I think it's 1, 2, 3 are near, yeah. 7, 8, 9 are far. Which is a little weird. Visually a little weird. Because 7, 8, 9 is like on the left-hand side. But it makes sense like internally, logically. Anyway, this is Game Maker, Luis. It's kind of a program in a language that's optimized for making games kind of easily, as long as you're doing like 2D indie style stuff. I don't know like behind the scenes what programming language this runs on, but the interpreter is their own thing, so it doesn't really affect me knowing what's going on behind the scenes or not knowing. Right, so yeah, we want to... Let's do this. Let's put this here. We need to add a 1 to everything, I suppose. for the level of the move. Okay, so that's the actual moveset he has in the test version. So now this has to generate the actual buttons directly. So yeah, I guess we just do the for loop. Which I never remember. I always copy paste these because I forget the exact syntax for them. There we go. Hey Rugops, how's it going? Have I ever created my own personal AI? No, I'm not. I haven't been into any of the AI stuff. I am. Let's say I'm skeptical. My education was right around the time a lot of machine learning AI stuff was coming up in the sciences. But I kind of missed the boat on that. I had my own stuff I was working on already in my degree program, so I never got involved in any of that. And I remained skeptical of it in a few different ways. Both like academically and as just, you know, a person on this planet. Extractors? I have no idea what that is. Never heard of it. So we need, shit, what is this? This is... Can I find it like this? No, I need the whole path. Mobile.pc.attacks. We'll call this available attacks. I'm gonna annotate more because I may end up sharing this code base, in which case somebody will have to go through. And I know how horrible it is to read somebody else's code. Especially if they're new to whatever, you know, language or format or whatever they're using. And I am new to this. This is the first real project, so... Yeah, I should learn some machine learning techniques, some AI stuff, but I'm just resistant to it, you know. It would be a good skill for me to have. Especially because I'm like in the job market right now, and it's just like 2 out of 3 job listings in the like the tech sector or the sciences or any like data scientist type stuff is like do AI shit, do some prompt engineering. It's just like, fuck me, this is all there is now. Anyway, array of attacks available to the PC. Let's make sure it's labeled all attacks available. Not the ones that are equipped, but everything that it could have equipped. Actually, let's steal from the ranch layout our button generation code. which is instance create depth. Yeah, this, including like the positions. That's part of why I want to steal this, is we did all this effort of laying out the positioning for these different text elements. I don't need to steal all this because I am going to loop this as opposed to hard coding this. So let's just grab the first 3 or so, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we start at 70 and then we increment by 50 per iteration of I. So 50i. It can be useful if you don't overly rely on it and you understand what it's doing. That's where I take grievance with it in the sciences. Is like science projects, like professional science projects that kind of end up treating AI models like black boxes. It's a dangerous precedent. Alright, so yeah, the text 120 to 170, center's point stays the same, center point stays the same. This increments also by 50 here. The 100 stays. So like that, we don't need these examples anymore. You made a book when you were 8. I don't recall hearing this. Okay, so we get the... What was it a dinosaur book? Or something different? You know, just guessing based on obvious interests. Pretty sure if I wrote a book when I was 8, it would be a dinosaur book, so... What the hell is right here? Oh, I'm just missing the hell. Okay, so current attack. We need to do proper quotation marks in this. Index 0 for the name. Index 1 for the rank. Call them A rank and A name. Certainly something an 8-year-old would make. Okay, so it wasn't like Jurassic Park. like the novel. No, I could see that. I probably wrote some stuff when I was little. I just don't remember. Some weird children logic stuff. You could do a dramatic reading. You could do like an audiobook. All right. Oh shit. This isn't gonna work. Because the text drawing... This is defining the initial position of the instance here. But this isn't... Yeah, this text drawing is not going to work because it's not going to move with the button. So what we need to do is... I guess feed it through into the instance. And we got to look at actually putting the text into the instance properly. Shortest audiobook of all time. It could be. That's an achievement in its own, right, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, this doesn't help. I could leave this as a test, because then this text will remain there. This could be a way to, like... No, this is just pointless. I'm trying to give... I don't know what I'm trying to convince myself of. And this should be... tech plate. I guess we need to feed this eye as well? Probably? Yeah, because that's the only way it'll know what the eye position is of the text. Ooh, lost media. That's even more reason to start a YouTube channel. People love lost media. Alright, what else? We know the coordinate, and the coordinate will change. I should really just feed X and Y through. Actually. Yeah. Okay, let's feed through I, just in case we need it. It's a single number. It's not going to impact efficiency. And then we'll feed through the X and the Y. No, that's the X and Y position of this. Okay, we pass through a different X and a different Y, which are these values. Actually, this can stay hard-coded. This can just be 1140. No. Bad programmer. I mean, not really. This is probably minor. But if we leave it defined here, we only have to change it in one spot in the future if we adjust this, so that's fine. And then this becomes CY. Now, theoretically, we don't need I anymore, but we leave it there. Okay. X position, Y position, generate the attack plate, loops through, generates new ones, and now we just got to add the... Maybe we should... Okay, let's do this. Let's turn this back on. Let's make sure these plates generate properly. And let's ban the Twitch bot. Okay, it crashed. Multiple reasons it could crash. It crashed on a name. Why did it crash here? Huh. Weird. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll get my dirty laundry out of frame. All right. So this worked. It finds the attacks. We get an array length of the attacks. Extract the particular index, and then this breaks on the split. Is the split... Oh, this is Pythonic syntax. That's not how this works at all. I just wrote the Python code for this. This is actually like string split or something. Yeah, this is just a me. I was working on Python code earlier today, which is why my brain was in Python mode there. So this is string split. The string of the delimiter. Yeah, okay. Should be this. And then the 0 index. An idea for a Pokemon game back when you were a kid, or currently? Like, is this related to the previous topic or not? I actually have no less than 3 Pokemon ROM hacks in development, which is fucking stupid. I just can't focus on projects. I keep having other ideas. Insert that guy and his girlfriend meme. Okay, that should be it. Only like a year old, okay. Okay, so we have the text. But not the buttons. Which makes no sense. Does it make no sense? Alright, I'll leave this draw text here as like a proof that the code is getting through to that layer, I suppose. This should be CX plus 10. This is relevant for when we copy this over. CY plus 10. I mean, all of my ROM hacks don't take place any place new or have any new Pokemon. They're all remixes of existing things. Alright. So we go to the attack plate. When this is created, we come up with these. When this is drawn, why does it not draw self? Real question. All right, these become the C's. CX, CY, CX, CY, and maybe we need this. X equals CX. Y equals CY. But then this draw should be here. Like that. So that it updates as it's moved. Okay, so we have no buttons being generated. Why does that not work? Even if this functionality doesn't work, the buttons ought to work. Maybe it's being moved? Let's remove the functionality for sliding the button around the screen until we get them to generate correctly. And then bring it back. Yeah, okay. Still doesn't work. So it's, the problem is independent of that. Draw self. Why does that not work? Did I have to do something to the ranch action to make this work, maybe? No, these only have left release and right release triggers. These don't even have a draw cell. Do I not need to draw self if it's created already? Does this like mess it up in some way? It really ought not to. I don't know why that would actually just make it disappear. That wouldn't make any sense. Yeah. These don't matter. I am confusion. Wait. Oh, wait. Do I have? I have an idea. Oh, that exists. Yeah, because it even shows the sprite. It's definitely correct. This works because it's drawing the text multiple times. So it's not like the loop is crashing out or anything. The button just fails to appear. Why? I don't see where the problem's coming from. The layer may not exist? Why would the layer not, like, how do I know that? Like, I guess let's make sure it's just not invisible for some reason. That's not the problem, though. But I'm just gonna do it. Fucking YouTube pausing shit when you're not watching it directly is so obnoxious. Alright. I guess maybe I should do it like this, because, like, that could exist. It could have been pushed all the way off the side of the screen. Why doesn't this show? So the default ranch has no UI elements. Instance 2, instances 1, instances. Dino data, instances background. Moveset builder, instances background. I don't know. The problem is definitely in, like, this, how this layering stuff works, which has always been confusing to me. This function create a new instance of a specified object at any given point within the room and at the depth specified. Depth can have any value, with the lower the depth, the nearer to the camera. Minus 200, we drawn over an instance at depth plus 300. Sure. Function will actually create a room layer for the instance. All instances must be on a layer in the room, but since this is a managed layer, not one you've created through code or in the room, one that GameMaker has created automatically. You cannot access that layer, and the layer instance variable will hold an invalid handle -1. I don't understand how this just doesn't work. Like, even if it doesn't work the way I want it to work, I don't know how it's not showing up at all. That is fundamentally what has completely confused me. What if I do this? Wait, do I do anything else in here that makes this happen? Draw set color, whatever. Find the variable, create the depth, draw the text. Over and over and over again until we create everything. No. Is it because it's in a loop that makes it weird? Oh, maybe that's the problem. Maybe it doesn't work in a loop. Maybe that's why I didn't loop this before? Okay. So what if I do this? It should loop. It should be loopable. I need it to be loopable. All right, let's give this some gibberish. Rank 1. Give it an I value of 0. Give me a CX of 1000. Give me a CY. Of like 100. Who cares? And then we do all of this here. Okay, so this one works and this one doesn't. Then I don't know how the fuck anything works. If nothing works, I don't know how anything works. And if they both work, then it's got to be something about the for loop. Either a problem with those things used together. Okay, it just fucking crashes. Variable not set. Are you sure? Oh, because these don't exist. Yes. Fair. Okay, neither button shows up. What the fuck? That's even weirder. I don't... Okay. So it's not in the button this does tell us stuff. It's not in the button functionality. Whatever bug is happening has to be with like the room setup. Okay, so I guess I look at the rooms. So on the ranch screen, instances and background. Instances and background. Same size. What the fuck? Okay, these are in like instances 1, instances 2. What is the significance of this? Properties depth. Ah, so wait, are you saying you have 2 Pokemon projects, one with new Pokemon, one without? Why is this wrong? Why does this not function? Layout is an instant depth 100. Why would that matter? I don't understand why that would matter. Guess I set it to 100? That shouldn't matter because this is like 200. So like why would this, the difference between 0 and 100 ever matter? I'm missing something. I don't understand. Fuck. Oh, that did fix it. What in the fuck? Well, fixed it sort of. These still don't display buttons. What the fuck? Why does that matter? I fundamentally don't understand. That's frustrating. Better make a note. So like a draw text depth? No. XY string. Right, so this button, this drew, this worked. This didn't. Wait a second. 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 ASDF showed up. Okay. It worked. Flaming baby eaters. Some sort of fire type Ajdarkid, I can only assume. Okay, let's clean this shit up. That was painful. And I don't even know why. Why that fixed it. Is it because... I wonder if it has to be like a sandwich? Conceptually, you know? Alright, this doesn't matter. Let's make a comment here. This did not function initially. By changing the room default instance layer depth to match, it suddenly fucking worked. Why? Why with 3 question marks? There was a paleo ROM hack I was following for a while, but it ceased development, like most ROM hack Pokemon projects do. Okay, this can go away. Don't need to draw the text here. Okay. Let's make sure this works, I guess, before we mess with it more, because I am frustrated and I don't understand. Okay, now the text is buried, which is not surprising. That doesn't surprise me. Can we get back the text for the ranch button first? Create a new instance layer. Okay, and then if can I drag this to the new one? No. Okay, so we're gonna put this one at depth like 101, I guess. I want instances 1. I go here, and I kill this, and I go back to this, and that should be like that. Does that make the text appear? More archaeology related? It's cool. Is it all concept, or have you put anything into action in any way? Okay, text still not there. Is this a problem with... Why would the text not be there? Oh, this was 201. Wait, why is this 201? What the fuck? This should be 100. Wait, what the fuck? Okay. 100. 200. Okay, it wants me to maintain spacing. I don't know, is it just pure concept, or like, because, you know, ROM hacking's a thing. So are fan games. You can find engines out there for that. Okay, so the button is on instance layer 100. Text is generated on instance layer 200, theoretically. So what I want is the opposite of this. So this 200, this 100. What the fuck? It doesn't let me do it. 200, 300. Okay, does the ordering... Well, now this is 0. Oh, because I dragged it above. Okay. The layering does matter. Ah, the background is dynamically 400. Okay. Well, then I just want to do this here. And then kill this here, I guess. No text. Fuck me. Hey, Biocraft, how's it going? Nothing works. Why the fuck does the text not appear? Okay, let's put this to 560. Is it not appearing altogether, or is it behind the button? These are different problems. I'm losing my mind. That's how it's going for me. Dinosaur data, moveset builder. Okay, the text does exist, it's just behind the fucking button. Did I mess up the layering? Depth 300, 200. Is it backwards of the way I expected it to be? Let's just try this. Yeah, hopefully the text pops up. Yeah, man. I really hope. I mean, it is there. It's just buried. Thanks for coming by, though. We're getting there. Why is it buried in both instances? What the fuck? I know why it's buried in both instances. I think I know why. Wait, do I know why? No, I don't think I know fucking anything. My fucking browser won't come up because Windows and Opera are not playing nicely together for some fucking reason. God fucking damn it. What if I ignore Opera and use Chrome? Set depth for text and draw. I don't want to see an AI overview ever again. I'll kill you. I'll kill you, Chrome. I'll shoot you dead. Fuck me. Change the app's draw event to first. Draw the text and then call draw self. The text I'm trying to draw is drawing below an object, which is making it so you can't see it. Draw depth is affected by instance depth or the layer it's on. Draw depth layer must be set before the draw event runs. If you change it during the draw event, it will have little or no effect until the next draw cycle. Fuck you, man. What the fuck? I don't... don't get it. Why is it so fucking complicated? Ah, there we go. There's something. It's stupid, but I think if I do this, I could fix this in a really stupid way. Draw end. Yeah, it works. There's the text. Why the fuck does that make a difference? Because the button already exists. The button's not being drawn in this fucking layer. Why does it matter? I don't understand. I fundamentally don't understand how this works. Okay, well then the same thing here, right? I think if we just add a draw end. And we just put this here. But then maybe I don't need to draw self at all. Because draw self, I think, updates when you make a change. So I don't think I need it. No, I shouldn't need it there. But maybe I need it with draw end. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. Shit's confusing. Okay. So two things. Text is duplicated. What the actual fuck? Oh, I still probably have the other one. Okay, so maybe there does need to be a draw self here. Are we still producing text over here? I think so. No. Where the fuck is that text coming from? What the fuck? Why would the text be duplicated? I genuinely can't see where the fuck that would be coming from. Unless it's drawing it iteratively? Like over and over and over again on top of itself, which is why it looks thick. If I clear that, is it drawing not at all now? I think. So I think this is happening multiple times, which I don't fucking understand. I don't understand in the first place why you even have to do that, because it never didn't work before. Like, I've never used this draw end thing before. It's never mattered. Okay, so that's got weird functionality. That does something I don't like. Wait, but why is that being duplicated there, but it wasn't being duplicated? Okay, we're gonna do an experiment. Let's turn back on the movement. Oh god, okay. No, that makes sense that it would drag them all. These are being continuously created? Okay, there's a lot going on here that's very confusing. Okay, while I'm moving the mouse button, all of these follow it. Not just the one specifically that I'm on. So that's a problem. That's not how that's supposed to work. And then these are being like continuously created. Which is probably a memory leak, technically, in other code too that I've done. Right, because this is a draw. Oh, is this why it was all fucked? Because this was under the draw? I was generating this under the draw. And I bet you I don't do that in the ranch. No, I think I know why it's fucked. No, this is all a draw. Why does this work then? Fuck, dude. This shouldn't matter. That shouldn't do anything. Okay, what if I do this on the creation event? Because draw is like per FPS. I almost believe I can literally see the text appear. Why is it still fucking duplicated? Oh, because this is literally... Yeah, I didn't actually remove this. Fair. Yes, true. I did do that. Hallelujah! Yeah, okay. So the draw was, yeah, iterating. It makes perfect sense. Okay. Interesting. Now, if we were to say, put this here, that's why the button was always in front of the text, right? Because the button was always being drawn second, which meant it was always like re-overlaying the text, I think. If I put this just here at the end, this should just work? Do I understand this slightly? Have I achieved understanding? Partially. Have I achieved a limited understanding? Okay, but did I actually remove the old text? No. Come on, just work. No, I don't have understanding. A bird that kicks things to death is appropriately a Pokemon. That sounds about right. Oh, that's kind of like one of the Pokemon from the last generation, Flamigo, who's like a boxing glove flamingo. Fighting type bird. I don't know if that thing's got kicks, but it should. Because it's got long murder legs. Why does this not draw when I put it here? What if I put this first? I don't think that matters. I think the problem here... No, because the button always exists. This is creating first, which means the text is always buried. I think I can convince myself I understand something. But then why does putting it in the draw end work? That doesn't make any fucking sense. The create tabs, it's got to be happening before the button. The button is drawing like continuously, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I suppose the flamingo is not like inherently an evil bastard. It's a flamigo, not a flabastard. Or whatever the opposite of an amigo would be. Okay, let's do this. Is the default button in the room continuously appearing? Or something? Maybe I should move away from just dumping shit into the rooms? And I should always generate them from a function? I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. This works. At least the text is there. So what currently happens if I drag those buttons around now? Okay, they still all stack up on top of each other, but they aren't continuously generating. So that's progress. Now I need these to not all grab each other. Right. No, yes, that does make sense that they would be doing it because they don't. This doesn't take in a coordinate for the current one. Right. Yes, I understand. This I 100% understand. I know exactly what the problem is here. I know how to fix it. I just got to think about how to implement the fix. Now this should probably be a draw thing, right? This, yeah, I think so, because this actually does function. I guess the draw end thing here stays. So we do. If the mouse is down, we're dynamically updating the position. I need to set it up in a way where this is only true if the mouse is initially within the position of the object, right? So let's think about how to implement this. We got an X. We got a Y. Right, these are currently X and Y. I know, very detailed. But also, I guess, yeah, let's put down the extent. Why did that do that? Let's get the music back. Video pause. Continue watching. Yes, of course. Of course, continue, YouTube, you fuckstick. Predicted diatrema coming back? Wait, like, is it? Yeah, what was it invalid? Was that a thing? That sounds familiar. And are you saying that it's no longer invalid? I don't follow Terrorbird science. So we need the size of it. I think is how we did this, right? So I guess we go off the sprite. 176 and 42. Guess we'll call these like max. Max X, max Y. It's a little more explanative. Okay. I'll be right back. Species of Gastornis until end of 2024. Okay. Diatrema's like a classic retro name, so... That was always the animal I thought of when I thought of a terror bird. Okay, so we got the maximum extent of X. Is there a mouse check? Mouse check, mouse wheel. Device mouse raw X. Seems unnecessary. Because I don't really need to... Oh, maybe I do need to do that? Device mouse X. Wait, why is it raw versus... Why is one raw? Turns the X position of a touch on the device. What? Okay, let's check this. Let's look up this function. Hey, Google, you know, your AI overview isn't going to do fucking shit for me when I'm going to click on it, you know? Like, you're just relaying information to me that doesn't matter. The device from 0 to N. I'm guessing it should just be 0. Turns the value of a peer function, function device, mouse X. Returns the X position. I actually want a logic check here. I think I just write my own function. Okay. I forgot. We'll call it cursor check. Do I need to feed this? I probably do need to feed this something. No, I don't think I do, because it should be able to pull everything from the object it's part of. That's the point of object-oriented programming, right? I am a big fan of herbivores with hate in their heart, so I support your murderous vegan bird. Okay, so we do it like this. We do if mouse X Does this not... Okay, this doesn't... Wait, is this capitalized incidentally? Yeah, okay, there we go. Never mind. I don't know how I capitalized that. So we got mouse X. We've got current X. If... These just... We'll put these in here. Right? If mouse X is greater than X, mouse X is less than the max X, puts it between the 0 and 176 position on the sprite. I think we can just keep doing ands. This should be fine. We should be able to do just 4 of these in one check. I also think this syntax should work, because the return 0 will never fire if the if check is passed. I think that should work. If this or this. I guess then we do this. There are certain animals that are weirdly underrepresented in Pokemon. It's crazy how long it took to get a proper dolphin. That was insane. Okay, okay, that one doesn't work at all. But that does. What the fuck? What is happening here? I define the X position for the button. It has an X on creation and a Y on creation that corresponds to... Do I have the wrong corner? Also, the dragging just doesn't work. That's just baffling behavior is what that is. I click on the thing. It does the check. It sees that I'm inside the box. It returns a 1, which allows the rest of the code to execute. But it functions like a button press, not the dragging functionality is gone. Clicking in the bottom one does nothing. Once I click this one, it moves up. That's because I'm above it. Okay, wait. I click this moves to this position. Because I am above it. Do these just need to be inverted? What the fuck? Zero, zero should be the upper corner, right? I'm pretty sure. As we propagate buttons down the screen, we're incrementing... Oh, shit, wait. No, wait, yeah. No, wait, we're counting upwards. Yeah, these X positions are like 1,000. So if I wanted to go across the position of the button... There's a few of those that have a proper Pokemon these days. And many that don't, for sure. Well, actually, I don't know. I was thinking of one guy as being a mantis shrimp, but maybe he's not a mantis shrimp, actually, now that I think about it. Unless Mouse X is... No, it should be... Wait, let's think about this code. Yeah, we don't really have a porcupine Pokemon, do we? I mean, Sandslash is kind of part porcupine in a way. Porcupine adjacent, but not explicitly. Okay, let's just do this. X, Y. So. I think I know why it's failing. Wait, why did this just do... $12.09? Okay, that doesn't let me do that. It's a logic problem and maybe an issue with the size of the sprite. Or maybe the logic is correct and the size of the sprite is so bungled for some reason that this is the problem. Okay. Let's read our printout. One two two 224 1140 and 10. Wait. So the mouse is at 1222. Look at the first instance. Yeah, 1222 is where the mouse X position is. The X position of the button is 1140. This means mouse X of 122 lies above the X of 1140 and below the max X of, 1300-ish. So that's correct. Most amount of love Seeking and Fear I've ever gotten? Yeah, they don't get much love. I don't mind Fearow. It just unfortunately ends up being an underwhelming Pokemon in a lot of cases. Which is too bad, because he does feel kind of classic bird to me. He's better than Pidgeot, at least before Pidgeot got a Mega, I guess. Okay, so let's look at the Ys. So the mouse is at 224. The box is at 260. Oh shit, the logic check here is flipped. Because I copy-pasted this, but I didn't fix this. Oh my god. That was so hard to see, because I'm stupid. Because I copied the and part 3 times rather than copying the whole thing. That's why it's only inverted along the y-axis. Any coordinate higher than the thing always worked. Oh my god. Holy hell. What a scuffed day of coding. Okay, the dragging now doesn't work. So it moves, they move individually at least to like wherever I am. I just can't click and drag because it's getting blocked by that logic check. What do we do to fix that? Yeah, Flygon, another classic Pokemon that kind of needs some love. Okay. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I think this works. I think if we just move the ordering around. Because then we don't have to, we can theoretically, within the if statement, hopefully, continue this dragging. This might work. No. Okay. Fuck. Okay, I have an idea. I think it actually might just be because the logic doesn't include the borders. That technically the exact corner of the mouse is invalid in the logic check. And if I just add it, that also might just fix it. No. Also, the left button doesn't work. Oh, I have left here twice. What the fuck? Never mind. That never worked. How do I make this? I can agree with Iguanodon and Baryonyx having some good potential. I think it'd be hype if you had like retro Iguanodon evolve into modern Iguanodon. I think that'd be funny. You have the quadrupedal nose horn one. It's the first form. How do I make this function? It's so close to working. What if I do... If I do this? If I give it another pixel of leeway? I don't think this is going to fix it if doing equal to didn't fix it, but... Might as well try it. Right, because it reacts to the mouse. Once the mouse is out. Useless baby is one way to describe a lot of Pokemon. Oh, shit. Okay. I need a way to know which one is active. The cursor check logic doesn't function. Okay, maybe let's leave this function here. We're gonna kill it here. This gets unindented. Actually, let's go back. If we'll call this if active plate. Okay, and then we take this. We take this out of the function. We do active plate equals 1. Now, I think this code will have the effect of making this work. We're going to add an active plate equals 0. No, it can't be on the draw. Put it on the create. Active plate equals 0. Once we click legally on a position that corresponds to one of the movement plates, that is the only one that gets the active variable and is the only one that moves. Hey, Primal Gamer, it's been a frustrating stream of a lot of confusion and misunderstanding. What are we got a bug. Oh, I'm just missing the closing bracket. Okay. But we're getting there. We're trying new stuff we haven't done before in terms of UI, so I'm not entirely surprised that it would run into some issues, but it has been a bit frustrating. Okay. Now, if this works, when we click on one of these plates, it is the only one that will move with the mouse cursor. Okay. Now, the problem is, once a plate's been activated, yes, it stays activated. So now we just need a way to remove the other ones when we're moving the individual ones. It's been alright, I guess. I've been kind of a bit of a mood, I guess, this week. I don't know. Mouse X, so, okay. But this does achieve the function we need. We only need a way to turn these off. I know how to do it. We just put it when the mouse is released. Active plate equals 0. Simple, easy. And we need other code in there anyway, so we'll already be playing in that tab. Why doesn't that work? Wait, why did that one get grabbed? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? How did that happen like that? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on there. Very nice Christmas card with the copy committing a murder like they're known for. I can appreciate that. All right. I click kick. I'm moving it around. I click it again. I'm moving it around. That's fine. Now I click, say, charge. Charge grabs everything below it. What? Huh? That makes no sense. They're all being told they're like the active plate, right? There should be a Discord link under any of the videos on the channel for the channel Discord. How does that happen? They definitely all think they're the active plate. So how are they all getting activated? They're getting activated. It is happening top down. We can move the bottom one safely. Let's do this again. Let's do this, but start moving the top one first. Is it only when we move a second plate that it breaks? That's fine. Wait, now that only pulled the one below it? The fuck? I swear that's different than how it worked last time. And that one pulled that one from way over there. What the fuck? Mouse X. No, that should be, yeah, that should be updating together. What is happening? Did I change? No, they're always active play. Do I have anything else that functions like this? Maybe I fucked up. Because these are non-global variables. So I'm assuming they'd be true for the specific object, but maybe that's not accurate. The fuck is this? I don't remember how this worked. I mean, I definitely stole this code from somewhere. Hmm. What is ID? Oh, this is saying if position if it's within the ID being the thing. Wait, can I just steal this? Maybe this, because this has all the internal whatever the fuck it does. Okay, so then that would replace this active tag with meeting position, and this should just work. Presumably ID is specific to the actual exact object. But this might also break in the same way where it broke initially, where it didn't move continuously, it only moved once. Yes. Okay, so this is no different than the code we wrote that returned a 0 or a 1, depending on if the condition was met. This doesn't work. Hmm. I mean, I like puzzle solving, so like that's kind of why programming is interesting to me. But that doesn't mean I also don't get frustrated by it sometimes, but that's fine. Okay, so the problem here, what am I going to do at Christmas? Nothing. I think I'll be playing some games with my girlfriend or something. I think she wants to do some stuff. That's about it. Okay, so why? The logic is sound here with this like active plate tag. It's just not. It's just not being updated. I thought you said you like broke up or some shit. You're just saying shit again, huh? Okay, when I pulled that one, that pulled everything. So why did that pull everything? This pulls only one. Now this pulls everything that's been previously activated. I pulled that one, it pulls the one above. What the fuck? Okay, so the logic check is definitely too wide. That's not how jokes work. Being an attention seeker does not make a thing a joke. It just makes you an attention seeker. Why is this failing? Let's look at the positional readouts. Family schmamily indeed. Okay, that pulled 2. So. Wait a second. Wait a second. I think I know what's happening. I think I know how to. I think I understand completely. Because if I do this very carefully, I think it'll work. If I grab this and I very carefully move sideways. Yeah, it's sweeping. If I get too close to the other ones, they all get picked up. Yeah, okay. Yes, yes, yes. It's working too good. Okay. No, that's great. That's really bad, but it's great because I understand it. Okay, one more check. Now, if I take this and I move it, and then I click it again and I move it, that works. And now if I grab this guy, right, so releasing doesn't work. The release button is broke for some reason. So that's one of the problems. This code non-functional. Why is this not functional? Opinions on donuts. I am a fritter enjoyer. Give me a good, like, blueberry or apple fritter. As far as, like, cake donuts and stuff, they're fine. Like, I'll eat them, but I don't go seeking out donuts. Usually. I used to really like Bavarian cream filled donuts, but I've kind of lost interest in that over the last like 30 years. I guess I could say I liked those more when I was a kid. And now I don't really care. I don't actively dislike them or anything. I just like Okay, so why does the release not work? Is it let's do a test. Maybe it does work. It's just the active plate might be getting turned back on again somewhere, maybe. I bought nothing from my girlfriend for Christmas because we live on different continents, and that just makes it very inconvenient. Yeah, she's in Europe. Why did the music stop again? Is it already? Oh no, it's just like lagged the fuck out. Cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, YouTube, you fucking piece of shit. Let's try this one. Okay, it does register the release. Let's go back and do that again. Okay, release is registered a bunch of times. Yeah, long distance relationship has worked. Why would that matter though? If this happens multiple times, it still sets this back to 0 every time. Unless it's re-triggering this. And then it's essentially... Yeah. No, this is always being activated because once we've released, we're still over it. So we release the cursor, this is set to 0, but then we can't move the mouse fast enough to escape in a single frame. So this is always being set back to 1. Yes. Okay. I have another idea. No, I think I know how to do this better. Let's comment this out. Maybe this works. We do add event, mouse, down? What is the difference between down and press? I think down... is the single occurrence. So if we put this here, I think that works. They still get all grabbed. Including there. Oh, because they are... Wait a second. Right. No. Yes. That... Yes, that makes sense. No, I need to do... this. Right? Oops. Oh my god. Uncomment. Uncomment. Yeah, we put the positional check tied directly to specifically the mouse action. Fuck you! Fuck you! Why does it still do that? Okay, maybe down is the wrong one. Maybe it's pressed. No, yeah. This would still break if this is the wrong event. So we do pressed, not down. That must be maybe what it is. Also, the press event just might not function either properly, because there was some weird shit with that. I remember reading about at one point, but I don't remember the details anymore. Okay, kick, threat display. Fucking... Wait, okay, that one... That's progress. It's still fucked. But I did manage to move two things separately, which is... We couldn't do that ever previously. And they don't drag the other ones with it. This is closer. Okay. Are there any other options here? Pressed, released, down. That's it. Functional return true if the mouse button is being Being checked has been pressed or false is not. Will only return true once for any mouse button when it is first pressed. In order for it to render true again, the button will have to be released and pressed again. Yeah. Okay. That sounds right. Thank you for the subscription, Dragon Ball Project on YouTube. I appreciate it. So, mouse release. Let's read the documentation for that. Mouse check button release. Is that actually the exact thing we're using here? Left released. That is technically different. I don't know if this is the same thing as the... This might work. This might be... This might save the code as adding another check to make it not broken. Have I ever played Bug Snacks? No, but I'm aware of it. Vaguely. If I add this to the draw, what will that do? If mouse check button released right... Does this matter? Maybe. It can't hurt, right? Maybe if I just add enough conditions that turn off the fucking active plate, it'll just work. I don't know what a bunger is, and maybe I don't want to find out. I have way too many games to play already, so... Do what you gotta do. Oh my god. Is it consistent? Do it very fast. Very fast. Holy fuck. It works. That actually does fix it. Maybe I shouldn't use the event at all. Maybe I should use the draw triggers. Or maybe the combination of both is fixing it? I think I leave the code alone. The text... Okay, but they do still have the problem where they overlap. But that should be fine, because that is actually something that I will cover. Like, it'll send the one back to base if it overlaps. This is an intermediary state. Okay. Sick. Progress. Okay. Thinking about how I want to set this up. Okay. Do I... Okay. Yeah, let's do it here. Let's not do it manually in the room. Let's do it in the code. So I want to do another for loop. We want to do it here. We want to do this for 9 spots. So I sub 9. Oops. Why did that highlight? You piece of shit. You fucker. Okay. What we want to do is generate the blank spots for the attack layout, right? How do I want to set this up? Maybe we do this for three loops. So we define an X value. We'll just call it 100. Fuck it. Y value. Call it also like 100. 100 plus 50 times I. Same syntax as before. Okay, so I have a set value of X. Is that what I want to do? No, wait, let me think. Let me draw a picture. That'll help. This is definitely not correct. Okay, so we have... So if I do... I would do that, that would do that, that would do that. Yeah, that doesn't work. No, yes, this does achieve what I need to achieve. I just need to... Yes, no. I lost the plot in between. We do this. We'll call this new X, new Y. Fuck, do I do this? No. Because I need to fetch the attacks. Okay. So I do need to iterate through 9. Yes. Okay. This should be... Oh, yes. Oops. PC, and then we do this, and we do this, and we do... Actually, hold on. Let's do it like this. Make sure I get this. Yeah, okay. So this is ATK plus string of I. Now that fetches a specific attack. We'll call this ATK attack. Why is it throwing red? This is the wrong thing. This is an and sign, not a dollar sign. No, it's not. What is this? Fuck me. Oh, I'm not supposed to have the dot. Jesus Christ. The dot was from when I was checking. I didn't erase it. Okay, so this fetches a singular equipped attack slot specifically. Not even the attack, but the attack in the slot. Right. So attack 1 is near, which makes this far on the positioning. Is the easy way to do this just to define coordinates in the UI directly? Probably. UI coordinate arrays, because the indexing of attacks doesn't map so cleanly to position. Yes. Maybe we don't need both of these? No, this is probably just the easiest way to do it. So this just becomes now all X, I. And this just becomes all Y, I. But then for attack 1, we started an X position of like 300 and a Y position of like 100. So this should be like 300, 300, 300, 200, 200, 200, 100, 100, 100. And this should be 100, 200, 300, repeated 3 times. Okay, so we got the name of the attack, the positional coordinate. Now, if I do this, new X, new Y, attack plate, the vars being a new set of vars. Where CX is new X, CY is new Y. A name is ATK, which is in fact, yes. No. It doesn't matter. It will matter. It will matter. Because it matters in the syntax of the attack dictionary. These need to be no spaces. Yes. Yes. Okay. String trim. String trim, string literal. What? Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. This is string trim. Should be this. Trims out the spaces. Yes, this should work. Okay. This expects an array. That's fine too. Okay. So this is now correctly formatted. Let's hard code A rank for now. A rank equals 1. We have an I. Doesn't matter. Yeah, actually, we should probably just not transport these I's at this point. This is only confusing things, potentially. Okay, theoretically, this should be generating these. These are the currently equipped attacks. Oh shit, it's 10:30? What the fuck? Okay. It needs work, but it worked. I can even move them. Beautiful. So specifically, they were pretty far apart on the Y front. So maybe we do 150, 250. Then on the X axis, they were not far enough apart. So maybe we do these as 50s. Which should have been obvious that they were not going to be far enough apart, like, obviously. So now these are 150 apart. That should work. Also, I think there were too many attacks, right? Oh, the nun's a nun and an undefined. What the fuck? Wait, what is happening here? Shit got weird. Okay, I'm gonna leave this up as so I can think about it. I 0 through 9. Oh, yes, I plus 1. Okay, that is one of the problems. Let's do that. One's a nun, and one is... That makes sense, yeah, because one is defined. Devour, headbutt, paralytic bite, kick, threat display, charge, threat display. Glorious. Great. Okay. Okay, we go. If ATK does not equal non-string, great. So that gets rid of the nuns, who we don't want to show. So how do I set the rest of this up? If I display... I have an object that should change between two sprites. Depending on the condition of the object you're holding in your hand. Yeah, and I guess... could make it slightly bigger. That's okay. That would work. Yeah. Okay, so I think we just repeat this. Like this. For an attack blank, which we'll make in a second. Which has only vars of CX and CY, I would say. So then I can kill all the syntax with the attack name. What will I do if we go to war with Venezuela tomorrow? I will do nothing, ultimately. Let's be real. I will shake my head in disgust and add yet another thing to the pile of reasons I should probably leave this country. But ultimately, I probably won't, and it will make... I won't do anything. Alright, we need an attack blank object. Then this should be the action bar sprite. Image X scale, image Y scale. I forget. Vertical scaling. How big this is supposed to be? proportional value, like a decimal value. Okay. I don't know how much longer we're gonna go with this tonight. I don't have to go to the gym. I kind of got a late start, but also at some point, I do need to stop. Okay, the Reds went above the Browns. The scaling worked. That's what I want, is I want the plate to be seen above the thing, not behind it. I would have thought the layering would have worked, inherently. Sucks that it didn't. Why didn't it work? That's the question to ask. Maybe because on the same layer it is like arbitrary. Oops, I guess I did it the wrong order. It's supposed to be 110. Oh yeah, oops, because this is no, I had the right idea. I did change the wrong number. I moved the red closer to me, and I actually knew that's what I was doing. Well, I knew I was moving the thing closer to me. I'd moved the wrong thing closer to me. Okay. Thinking about the offset. If the width here between these points is 200, do like plus 20, and then here the width is 50. So like 10, yeah. Wait. No. Why? Wait. I want to move it to the centered. Should you drink crude oil? That would probably make America attack you. It might not be a good idea. 0 to 200. So it's 200 when I boosted it by 10%, sort of, essentially. Should put the original size called like 180. And then I move in the X coordinate. Yeah, so it should be moved like 20. Wait. Fuck me. I'm here. This is 20. No. 10? This is in increments of 50. So yeah, I guess we do 5. Fuck it. I can't think. Okay. I guess we'll just look at that. Okay, I'm in close. Closer than I kind of expected it to be. We'll do like 8 and 3, that's fine. Okay, that's good enough, doesn't matter the rest of it. The scaling, we did the scaling kind of the backwards direction of what we should have done, where the red thing should have been left alone and we should have scaled down the plates, but it's all fillers, who fucking cares? As long as the functionality is there and it gets the point across, that's enough. Okay, so the buttons exist. The ones that are already equipped exist, the new ones exist. Now we need syntax for moving them, like, permanently. Not just moving them around, but, like, making them stay somewhere. So that's all handled in here. I guess, yeah, hold on. We should write down the positioning. So we go to... Right, because we use these... Yeah, okay. Yeah, these don't change, so yeah. Okay, it's just these values. I'll still write them down, so I don't have to, like... I don't forget. Okay, so now if we go to release and we say... If... X is less than or equal to... I guess we just, yeah. Okay, let's just do this piecemeal. So initially we just add logic. Oh no, this is 600. That's the Y value. So this will reset the position if it's not within the range of where the UI, the actual set attacks are. So it has to be less than 600, greater than 0. And then Y needs to be below 300 and greater than 100. I guess the opposite of it. Yeah, let's not do the knots. That gets it more confusing. So if it's above 600, below 0, right? That is defining a range of vertical space that is valid. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can just invert all these. This is always fine. This is a Y, not an X. Right? Yeah, this defines the parameter space that's invalid. And if this is the case, when we release, this should snap back to the original position, which was original X or original Y. Does not work. Wait, that worked? Why is that offset? What the fuck? Okay. Wait, kick is gone altogether. What the fuck? Okay, that's a question. Why is this completely fucked now? Oh god. I probably need to reset these. Yeah. Yeah, and here we define these as the same thing. So this should work. Okay, it's very inconsistent. Okay, the weird offset thing is fixed though. Oh, I still have ands. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Jesus. That's why it's so inconsistent, is because it had to meet multiple conditions in some cases. Or one specific condition in one specific case. Of course, that was a fucking mess. I forgot to change that. Bleh. Okay, it still doesn't reset. What's the lot? Why not? I think the releases are not registering. The fuck? Huh. It sort of works. That's weird. Holy fuck, browser. Just work. Christ on a crutch. I think that might be it for the music tonight. I think it's cooked. Browser is just fucked for some reason. Ah, fuck. I could use Chrome, but I don't want to make. I don't want to deal with like all my fucking tabs and shit I already have open on my other browser. Okay. Anyway, so what do we think the problem here is? Let's look through the logic. X exceeds 600. X exceed if X ever exceeds 600, reset. If X ever is below 0, reset. If it's ever above 300, reset. If it's ever below 100, reset on the Y. If it meets one of these conditions, it resets. This should work better than it does. Okay, I see the problem. There is a condition where it's not meeting the release. Because I don't see the actual update for the release. Okay. This explains a lot of the other problems we had then. Left release, right release is completely untrustworthy. This shit just don't work. So what we do is we copy paste this. We remove it from here because this is a fucking nothing ass button that doesn't do shit. Then we put under the released code here this check. Set plate to non-active. And then if it's in a position that it should not be in, reset it. Boom. This should work. I believe this works. I believe this will work flawlessly. And it explains why we had such an issue with the active plate code. Because that functionality for mouse click is just bad. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. It just works. It just works. It just works. Fuck. Okay, I should stop yelling. Yeah, these need to be tightened up because right now it's just a generally defined region of space. A way too generously defined region of space. Well, maybe not that bad. It's bad on the Y. Oh yeah, because it shouldn't exceed the bound on the one side. Yeah. Let's fix that. This should be 250. Wait. Wait a second. Should this be? I'm not sure if that's. Wait. What the fuck? If the space is defined. I propagate the button to 400. Okay. Let's just say these are a bit loose. Let's think about the y coordinates for a second. We define these as 150, 200, and 250. So when it comes to a y 150, that should be, yeah, this should never be below 150 ever. Right? Yeah, okay. That's about right. And the problem with these guys is they can go all the way over here. And that's wrong. That's because the x position is defined here. Okay, yeah, no, this should be 400. Yeah. Yes. Because it's not the mouse cursor position, it is the object position, which is defined by the upper left-hand corner. So the upper bound needs to be more restrictive than the lower bound if we're thinking in terms of the position of the entire object in general. 0, 200, 400. Yeah, actually, we had this done weirdly and inconsistent anyway. Oh, no, this should be... I think it's just too wide. That's what it is. This should be inclusive up to the physical boundary. Right? Because if I'm defining, let me draw a picture for myself. I'm defining, if I have coordinates 150, 200, and 250. These define a space that goes from 150 to 300 because each of them covers an additional 50 below the coordinate point, which is what I have here, 150 and 300. And then in the same sense along the x-axis, I define coordinates at 0, 200, and 400, which means they should be 0 to 200, 200 to 400, 400 to 600. I'm already accommodating the 0 on the low end. So yeah, it's just the gap between them, right? That's weird. Yeah, because the gap is not perfect because it's arbitrary coordinates essentially. Sort of. Yeah, because if I put it here, it goes away. But if I put it in the red, it stays. Sort of. The limit is about there. Okay, yeah, the 600 wasn't bad. I'm being overly picky. We should just leave the 600 alone. That's accurate, actually. Okay, I think we'll leave it here for tonight's stream. We actually went for a bit longer than I was expecting, which is good. because I've been slacking on doing these streams recently. Let's make another arbitrary ass backup every session. I need to clean up some of the older backups. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. You have a good night too, Rugops. Anybody else who's watching, have a good night. Words. I'll catch everybody later. We'll be doing JWE on Saturday, like typically. So that'll be the next YouTube stream. Actually, that'll be the next stream period, right? Because this was Thursday stream, and I don't stream on Friday.